Good afternoon, Ospreys. You're watching Nest News, live from the Student Union. I'm Grae Barron.
And I'm David Green. Coming up on today's show, Construction and Alumni Drive.
The Hate Ends Now tour event.
Controversy surrounding new AI.
New kiosks at UNF dining locations.
The new UNF hockey team.
And a sports update. Stay tuned and enjoy the show.
If you've been driving around campus lately, you may have noticed construction has limited Alumni Drive to one lane. Spinnaker reporters found that UNF is building a new walkway that will lead from the intersection of Alumni Way and UNF Drive directly to the Osprey Crossings dorm. Once built, it will function like the walkway built last semester to bring students to Lot 14 safely. Last year, UNF built a new walkway between the core of campus and Lot 14 to create a safer pathway for students. The construction on Alumni Drive is very similar. UNF Campus Planning, Design, and Construction Director Paul Stewart said that the walkway will be more efficient and enable students to avoid walking dangerously close to the road. Stewart told Spinnaker the construction is expected to be completed over the summer, reopening in time for the fall 2023 semester.
The Chabad Center at UNF partnered with the Interfaith Center earlier this week to present the Hate Ends Now tour, a traveling Holocaust museum bringing awareness and recognition to its history and empowering students to stand up against intolerance. Spinnaker reporter Mallory Pace visited and toured a replica cattle car this past week. Here are her thoughts.
Chabad Center and the Interfaith Center presents the Hate Ends Now tour, a traveling Holocaust exhibit aimed at bringing awareness to the history of the Holocaust and empowering students to stand up against intolerance. This is Spinnaker's tour of an exact replica of a cattle car used to transport Jewish people during the Holocaust.
Unfortunately, we've been talking about anti-Semitism a lot lately, and that's never a great conversation to have, but yet it's a conversation that has to be had. The numbers are staggering, the amount of hate crimes specifically against the Jewish community, which essentially means that a Jewish student is the most likely individual to be discriminated against amongst all the different groups and religions. This amazing tour from End Hate Now, in partnership with Southern NCSY, is bringing a replica to actually help students really understand more about that experience. I think it makes it more vivid, and it's something that can help personalize and help us really connect to try to understand what the Holocaust was. The tour also has a virtual reality type presentation where we're going to see video presentations, we're going to see footprints and other different educational aspects to it. We're going to have a Holocaust survivor joining this particular group, and God willing, Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. she'll be speaking, and all of the students will have the opportunity to meet a survivor from Auschwitz who survived the death camps. So this is an incredible opportunity for everyone to really meet a survivor and to have a once-in-a-lifetime experience, something we can share with our grandchildren. I think what we need to take from this is the importance to humanize, to look at the humanity, the decency, and the godliness in everybody we come across. As we focus on hate and we talk about anti-Semitism, we talk about hatred, it's important to recognize that we live in beautiful times and that the UNF is a great place for all students, including for our Jewish students, to excel. So this is just part of a much larger attitude adjustment that we all have to exert across society to say, what can we do to end hate now?
The biggest takeaway we learned from this is that together we must be brave enough and strong enough to say never again. Mallory Pace, Spinnaker News.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' administration has asked all state universities to provide evidence of state funds being used to provide gender-affirming care, according to a memo released on Wednesday. This request is a third of its kind in as many weeks. A comprehensive 4-page document, the governor's office has asked for the number of times gender-affirming treatment was sought out, the number of people diagnosed with gender identity disorder, and the number of people who underwent any gender-affirming surgeries, just to name a few. The memo asks that the categories be broken down by age and also requests the extent to which people receive mental health procedures before receiving gender-affirming services. Spinnaker asked UNF how they plan to respond to the request, and we're told that they are reviewing the request and will respond based on the timeline provided.
Oz Festival is one of the most anticipated events of the year, and the University of North Florida announced that Young Gravy would be headlining the event alongside B.O.B. and Fabio Foreign next month. Known for songs like Betty and Mr. Clean, Young Gravy seemed to be a controversial pick to some students who responded harshly to the announcement on Instagram. One Instagram user wrote, "I need y'all to say psych right now," while another wrote, "Can't believe you're slandering Gravy. He's so fun." B.O.B. rose to fame in the early 2010s from his songs Airplanes and Nothing on You, while Fabio Foreign is known for his song Big Drip in 2019. Oz Festival is scheduled to happen at 6 p.m. in Lot 18 on Friday, February 3rd, 2023. To claim your ticket, visit the ticket reservation page on the Osprey Life and Productions Instagram.
You may have noticed this week that there are new additions to some of the dining locations on the UNF campus. Let's go to Grae for more information.
We are here outside of the Student Union, where students of the University of North Florida are in for a treat with the addition of new self-service kiosks at the start of the spring semester. After a year in the making, these customer-driven kiosks are available at most on-campus dining locations. Though it may seem as if these new kiosks just appeared overnight, some staff had been installing and working out the kinks over winter break. Still, many had no idea what was in store. UNF Dining Services revealed a new addition at the start of the spring semester, allowing for self-service at many of the locations on campus, excluding Starbucks. Decreasing lines and increasing efficiency was a major driving force behind the change as Dining Services works its way toward the future of food service.
It makes things a lot less awkward because we don't have a whole lot of people that actually work at dining services. So it just makes things go by a little quicker.
Yeah, for sure.
It makes it more efficient. I will say though, I do miss the only place I'd actually want to get rid of self-service is Pita Pit, just because I used to love talking to the people there and just cracking jokes or whatever. But other than that, it's just efficient, I guess.
UNF Dining Services Director of Marketing and Guest Experience, Dennis Nagrin, said that based on feedback from faculty and staff, things are moving a lot faster. Although employees are no longer working at the cash register as often, double the work is getting done, he said.
Yeah, I think if one person takes an order, I think it's the same amount of time if you talk to someone versus on the touchscreen. However, there's always three touchscreens there, or always 3 kiosks. There might not always be 3 employees taking orders, so definitely the lines have gotten shorter. Yeah, I think it's the same amount of time, but it's more consistent. So yeah, wait times are less.
These new self-service kiosks are available everywhere except Starbucks as of right now. This is Grae Barron reporting with Spinnaker TV. New sports team alert. The UNF hockey team's first practice took place on Wednesday. The guys debuted their smiles and UNF jerseys for a team photo session. The newly formed student organization has 12 players and 4 off-ice members. The purpose of the club is to give students a chance to compete, develop, and share their love of hockey in a welcoming environment. The Ospreys are ready to roll and will face the Whalers on Sunday, January 22nd at 8 p.m. The first game of the spring semester will be at the Community Igloo Ice Rink. For more information about the team's events and game schedule is on UNF Hockey's Instagram page at UNF Hockey.
And now to Riley for your sports update.
What's up, Ospreys? I'm Riley. It's been an action-packed week for sports in Jacksonville. Let's dive into it. The Jaguars have been the talk of the town, pulling off a miraculous comeback win against the Chargers last week in the first round of the playoffs. Coming back from being down 27-0, the Jags continued their magical run. The job's not finished, though, as they take on the high-powered Kansas City Chiefs on Saturday. Make sure to tune in at 4:30 on NBC to support our hometown team as they seek a spot in the AFC Championship. Returning to campus, UNF men's basketball was in action Thursday against the ASUN Conference's newest member, Queens University. It was a high-scoring affair with Carter Hendrickson's 35-point performance giving the Ospreys the edge at a 95-90 win. They'll be back at it Saturday against the Liberty Flames at 2 p.m. in UNF Arena. Show up and make some noise, Ospreys.
That's just about all we have for you today, Ospreys.
Remember, consider donating to support Spinnaker through the link in the description below.
For all things Spinnaker, check out our website at unfspinnaker.com.
Also, make sure to follow us on our Instagram at UNF Spinnaker and subscribe to our YouTube at Spinnaker TV for more content.
As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm David Green.
And I'm Grae Barron. We'll see you next time on Spinnaker's Nest News.